All right, so I want to share some information with you guys. And this is my perception and this is my feelings and what is I'm doing for me. And I want to at least share it with you. And anything that I share with you, my opinions and stuff like that, I hope that you see if it's right for yourself, for your source self. Like anything that I have said, it could be I could have bad information just like anything, right? Like that has already been kind of said by Judy. Even if it's a source player, doesn't necessarily mean that they have good information. They could have inaccurate information. And, it could be that I'm just talking about my opinion. My opinion is an opinion, right? So I really want to make sure that if you're watching my stuff, that you really are forming your own unique and individual opinion from your source self. That's what it is. That your source self says, is the information that Nicole is providing me beneficial to me or whatever, does it benefit me, whatever. That's the main thing, because your source self is never going to misguide you on that. If it's beneficial, then it's beneficial. If it's not, it's not. And not everything I say may be beneficial, and you just take and pick the parts that are and parts that are not, whatever, right? So we know about Derek Johnson and his books, right? That information has been shared to us. Now, I started following him on social media immediately after and on YouTube. And his videos on YouTube are very long. They're like 2.5 hours, sometimes 3. At the minimum, they're at least an hour and 45 minutes. They're never less. Now, my assumption with that is like most podcasters, most people that stream, they're doing it for a certain amount of time because of revenue, right? Fine. Like, I get why they're doing what they're doing. I don't begrudge anybody that. But when you're spending the majority of your time in a live stream and you're calling people libtards and rhinos and people are stupid and this is the reason why the country is the way it is and blah, 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 blah. Bro, doing it once, okay. But when it's every video, it's really now it's gotten very tiring and very old, and it's very draining for me personally. I listen to things on my earbuds most of the time, or if I am listening to something, like, it's just crazy. It's unhinged. And I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to listen to somebody I'm trying to grasp information from, I'm trying to understand military law and stuff like that, and he just shows contempt for the people that are listening and watching him by saying this stuff. Like, nobody knows who he's talking about, but he's calling people libtards and rhinos and stupid and this, and it's just contemptuous. And that's not conducive to learning. People don't want to be told they're retarded or stupid. Trust me, I know, because I've called a lot of people those things. You know what I'm saying? It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. And when you're trying to learn, imagine sitting in a university class and your professor is calling you stupid the whole time for 2 hours during a lecture. How would you feel? Especially if you've spent money on that class, or if you spent money supporting this person through buying his books or watching his videos and giving and reposting his social media posts, and then you say, hey, listen, this yelling and calling people stupid is really not accomplishing anything. And then him going on to a dummy account and then commenting back, well, he's got 4,200 followers since I followed him, so it doesn't seem like it's nothing. Like, bro, you have an ego problem. You have an ego problem, and you have a problem. Like I noticed that there was kind of an ego problem, but now it's starting to kind of crystallize more and more. So I have withdrawn my support from him. I bought the 2 Kindle books. They were $9.99 each. If you are considering buying books, do not buy the hard copies because they're expensive. They're not worth it. That's at the end of the day, they're not worth it. The material in the books, get them on Kindle. And if you don't want to pay for the Kindle books, he's got a website where all of the stuff that's in the books is from his website. So you can get it for free without spending a dime. And he's even said it. Okay. So I will link you that. if you are so inclined. I'm not supporting him anymore. I'm not following him anymore. I'm not reposting his stuff anymore anywhere. At this point, like, I understand, I have a gist of like executive orders. Like, I could go read, the military law handbook and all that other stuff and figure this stuff out for myself. But at this point, I've said I'm following a lot of administration accounts on social media, and I see stuff happening all the time. I definitely still stand behind following Promethean Action because they are very smart and astute as far as politics and economics and understanding what President Trump is actually doing. And that's why I was kind of using both of them as like anchors to help me fully understand. But I can't listen to somebody who's just disrespectful to his audience. I can't. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be like that anymore. I've been like that for a good part of my life. I don't want to do that anymore. And I just don't want to, there's no reason why I should be giving support to somebody like that. They don't deserve it. In my book, they don't deserve it. So, that's just it. But again, I'm saying what I'm saying. These are my opinions. And I still think, maybe there is some useful information in the books for sure, but I don't think it's necessary to follow him per se. I don't. And that's it. All right.